Hello and welcome to this episode of DePress Room. My name is Amal Chowdhury and today we will be talking about how Saudi Arabia is using Terrorism Tribunal to silence rights defenders. A new report published by Amnesty International today shows how the Saudi Arabian authorities are using a counter-terrorism code, the Specialised Criminal Court, as a weapon to systematically silence peaceful opposition in the country. Charges used in proceedings in the court frequently include disobeying the ruler, questioning the integrity of the official and the judicial system, inciting disorder by calling for demonstrations, and forming an unlicensed organization. Established in October 2008 to try those accused of terrorism-related offences, since 2011 the court has instead been used to systematically prosecute people on vague charges which often equate peaceful political activities with terrorism. Amnesty's 53-page report, Muzzling Critical Voices, Politicized Trials Before Saudi Arabia's Specialized Criminal Court, documents the cases of 95 individuals, mostly men, who were tried, sentenced or remain on trial before the court between 2011 and 2019. 52 are now serving lengthy prison sentences of up to 30 years. Since 2011, more than 100 Saudi Arabian Shia Muslims have been brought before the court in relation to peaceful criticism of the government in speeches or on social media, or participation in anti-government protests. They have been tried on vague charges ranging from organizing or supporting protests to alleged involvements in violent attacks and spying for Iran. Amnesty closely reviewed 8 specialized criminal court trials of 68 Shia defendants, most prosecuted for taking part in anti-government protests, and of 27 individuals prosecuted for their peaceful human rights activism. In all 95 cases, Amnesty concluded that trials were grossly unfair. Some of the defendants were also sentenced to death. One of the most sinister aspects of the court is its unquestioning reliance on torture-tainted confessions. At least 28 Shias have been executed since 2016, many of whom were sentenced to death by the court based solely on such confessions. Several Shias, including young men tried for crimes they were accused of committing as of minor, are now at imminent risk of execution following unfair trial before the court. Others who remain on trial before the court include Salman al-Adha, a reformist religious cleric arrested in 2017, who faces the death penalty for peacefully exercising his right to freedom of expression. Amnesty has documented the trials and sentencing of 27 such individuals by the court. It considers 22 of the 27 those still detained to be prisoners of conscience and calls for their immediate and unconditional release. Amnesty wrote to the Saudi authorities on 12 December about the report's findings, receiving a response from Saudi Arabia's Human Rights Commission that summarized relevant laws and procedures but ignored all the issues raised in the report. Hiba Murayev, Amnesty International's Middle East and North Africa Regional Director, said, "Every stage of the Specialized Criminal Court's judicial process is tainted with human rights abuses, from the denial of access to a lawyer to incommunicado detention to conviction based solely on so-called confessions, extracted through torture. Our research gives the lie to the shiny new reformist image Saudi Arabia is trying to cultivate, exposing how the government uses a court like the Specialized Criminal Court in the ruthless suppression. Among those who have been prosecuted by the court are founding members of independent human rights group shut down by the authorities in 2013. For example, all 11 members of the Saudi Civil and Political Rights Association have been tried and sentenced in recent years for their human rights work." So this is it from this episode of DePress Room. For more such videos, keep watching MyNation.